Yes, people. What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Saeed TV. We are live for the Straightjacket podcast. Podcast 338, man. You know what I'm saying? Monday evening in the UK. Hot Monday evening. Currently 29 degrees. But it feels like it's more than that. But Nuruddin, how are you, man? Are you enjoying the sunshine?
Sunshine, baby, we're enjoying the sunshine. What having it?
What having it?
It's baking, and we love it. We love it when it's baking. Hold tight, the elderly. Hold tight, the babies. Yeah. Hold tight, the animals. But we love it. We love it. This is what we're used to, people. That melanin day.
Yeah.
Melanin day.
That's it,
man.
And
our real color, people. If you know, you know.
Yeah,
top up that melanin, mate. We're having it, but big up people. Obviously, this country is not built for this weather, so obviously, you know what I mean. It ain't easy. Ain't easy out here for certain people, innit? And to be fair, we're acclimatized as well, innit? You were born here, I wasn't born here, but you know what I mean. It's a struggle. Yeah. It's a struggle. So all I say is, drink the tea, people. Drink the tea. That's what you're meant to do when it's hot. Get that tea on, because you drink hot stuff, it cools you down, man. And obviously, plenty of the water. No olive juice. Just say agua. Water.
That's it.
Water. Inner the enemy. Big up, fella.
Big up, man. Big up to you. Big up, West. Minna said her room's too boiling, people. So, you know what I mean? Was it safety precautions? So, big up to Minna, man.
We don't want our queen cooking, man.
Yeah, we don't want our queen cooking, man. So big up to Minna always. Make sure you check out our content, Minna Football, doing bits over there. And yeah, man, Nuruddin, it's no agreement at Mbeumo, but some news on Ollie Watkins. We got a bit of Ollie Watkins news, and that is Manchester United are exploring. They love that word, don't they?
Explore FC.
Considering Ollie Watkins as a striker for Man United if Rasmus Hojlund leaves. Full focus on Bryan Mbeumo deal, then outgoings, but work in background on other targets in case of sales. Initially raised in talks over Marcus Rashford proposed Aston Villa transfer. Rashford at the minute is on his way back to Manchester United because Aston Villa have decided against buying him for 40 million. So, Nuruddin, Ollie Watkins, we've heard Yokeres, we've heard Ekitike, we've heard Osimhen links, we've heard everything like that. Ollie Watkins. What are you telling me? Because I'm not going to lie to you. I think it's an underwhelming signing, isn't it? And, people will look and think, what are you talking about? You've had Hojlund. You've had this player here. What are you moaning at? You know what it is? It's more when you watch a player like Ollie Watkins, I get frustrated a lot. And when he has no space, he's absolutely non-existent, bro. He's not effective. When there is space here, and Aston Villa play to his strengths, especially Unai Emery, the transition football, Nuruddin, that they play here, when they play that ball in behind for Watkins, it suits Watkins. He likes to chase the ball. He likes to run the channels. Like Man United might not play like that. And I think for me, 29, 30 in December, Aston Villa might say to themselves, you know what, we got PSR issues. And they've had to sell their women's team, by the way. They've had to sell their women's team. I don't think he's the answer, man. I really don't. And I'm not judging it based on it's better than Hojlund. Stop moaning. It's not about that, man. It's about, for me, a striker that United need that we can only not only rely on, but can help us in whatever Amra's doing and what we're trying to do as well. I just think for me, Watkins, I think there's a lot that hinges. He misses a lot of chances, by the way. Watkins is a player that needs a lot of volume, a lot of chances.
Yeah, of course.
So, and the chances,
to be fair, like most strikers do. Most strikers do. And Manchester United don't create a lot of volume of chances. So let's give it a rest. So listen, I think he's a good player. I think he's a good player. Yeah. I just think it's the wrong team, wrong system.
Wrong team, wrong system.
Wrong time, wrong time.
Yeah,
wrong time. You know what 100%. I mean? So that's 100%. What it is. Well, like I said, I'm not gonna come and sit out here and say that he's this and that. He's a good player. He's a good player, man. But at the end of the day, I don't look at things underwhelming or overwhelming. I just look at what works.
Yeah.
And if you said to me, him or Mateta, I'm taking Mateta all day.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. For the hold-up play. He's got no hold-up play, Watkins, man. We've seen it with Harry Maguire bullying him. Did you not see that?
They play a very high line. Saeed, they play a very high line. And they expect people to press them. So then the other team also gets forced into playing a bit of high line. And at the end of the day, it's about the volume of chances. Unai Emery's Villa, they create proper chances for my guy. But then he's also out of, you know what I mean? He's somebody, like you said, most strikers, they need volume. But, if he was 26, if he was 25, I would take him. Not at this age, man. Not at this age.
And the funniest thing is, he was actually benched for Rashford in the number 9 role when Unai Emery needed him the most.
That was crazy. I don't know what was happening. To be fair, I don't know. Did they fall out? Because he was on fire, wasn't he?
I don't know.
The first Villa player to score 20 goals, striker, innit? For a long time.
That period when he came in, he actually used Rashford, funny enough, who weren't a striker, by the way, against him, against them. Can you believe it? In both legs, I think, as well. Both legs, Rashford played up front. I'm going to show you right now. I'm not even lying to you, man. Both legs. Yeah, both legs.
Sorry. I'm sorry. And sorry, to be fair, you watch, because you do a lot of watch-alongs. You watch more Villa than any other United fan.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You watch a lot of their Villa big games, innit? They've been involved in big games.
Yeah.
You watch them.
To Musa, man. He's got the 2017 Lukaku shirt on, man.
Lukaku, I'm back.
He's back, man.
You know the maddest thing?
He's striking now. I got Lukaku back, man. He was banging in goals that season. But now, honestly, when I look at his actual stats here, listen, stats are very, very misleading, innit? And you know what it is here, guys, These stats here, a lot of people don't realize, he scores, in, purple patches. So he'll score like 9 in a row, and then we'll go like 10, 11 games missing. Do you get what I mean, like, man? I remember there was a time here when Watkins didn't score for like 16 games. But then there was a time where he scored like 9 in a row, and everyone's like, wow, Watkins is on fire now here. Like his goal scoring record is very good. Like when you look at it, 14, 11, 15, 19, 16. And also as well, he's got a lot of assists as well. 8, 13, 6, 2, 5. Like it looks amazing, yeah. But that's where, again, like I said to you, stats can be misleading about their whole game. It really, really can. You know what I mean? And I just don't know whether, like I said to you, he would suit what would be going on at Man United. And the fact that, like I said to you, he's someone that hold up play, the key facets of the game, yeah, he don't have. And what has been the problem with all of these strikers that we bought in for the past couple of years, apart from maybe Martial? They're not able to link up play and hold up play when they haven't got chances. Are they able to showcase their ability on the ball, Musa, when they haven't got goals? That's what I'm saying, bro. That's my problem. And I know it can get dark. When you don't score, how's your first touch? How's this? How's that? You feel me? And Watkins ain't got that. His speed in behind, that's where, for me, he thrives on. You know what I mean? His speed in behind, he runs down the channels, and Aston Villa have tailor-made what they're trying to do for him. They've catered towards his needs, bro. You feel me?
I'm with you.
It's not going to work at United. I don't think it will.
Yeah, I'm with you, but I'm looking at it as I'm just looking at it as an alternative to what we have.
Yeah, it is an alternative.
Because I say to you all the time, is he a free or do we have to purchase him?
No. You have to purchase him, bro.
He's not a free now.
And I'm not lying to you. I don't know. Listen, it will be less than what Arsenal were willing to pay for him in January. Arsenal were looking to pay 60 million. He got rejected. But Aston Villa have to sell their women's team today. I don't know if you've seen it. They sold their women's team to a corporate company or whatever it is. Yeah,
madness.
Now, but my thing is, we will fund their striker Watkins, and they will get a bad man. What if they go and get the Yokeras up front? Let's for example.
I think Watkins, you're looking at 30 million, no more.
That's what it should be. That's what it should be. But knowing that, United and whatever, and just look at the market right now, they would want to demand at least 50. You know what I mean? Let's be honest.
No, I don't think
30 million now.
I think Man United are looking at Watkins as a cheap option. I'm not looking at him as an expensive option. I think if he comes in for around 30 million, again, I keep on saying, Hojlund is so bad. If you can get rid of Hojlund for me and bring on Watkins as someone that's going to be on the bench, I'm all for it. Like, for me, my first option is always going to be Zertsky if that's where we're going. It just tells me that Zertsky has to be the first, is the plan A. And then plan B is going to be Watkins. And I ain't got a problem with those type of games where they're spacing it behind and looking at his numbers as well and looking at the team we are. Because in the group, everyone's laughing at Chelsea and their signings. I'm like, flipping heck, how do you shop in the Poundland and laugh at people in Waitrose? What are you doing?
I know.
They're in a different space to us. These guys got 69 points last season. I keep on saying, just to break into the top 8, you need 60 points.
Facts.
Just to break in, we only got 39 points or something last season. Just to break in, to break into the top 8, Man United need to get an extra 21 points. Chelsea are not worried about us.
It's dark
times. They're not worried about. My thing is this: if you look at Ollie Watkins, the type of teams that would go in for him are those teams who are trying to break into top 6. They are. Yep. He is a player that will end up at I don't know. And as much as we mock at Ollie Watkins, Newcastle.
Nobody's mocking Ollie Watkins. I'm not mocking him. I just don't think right now he'd be the player that I'll be bringing to my United. I'm sorry.
He's not the guy. Listen, I wouldn't bring in Ollie Watkins any time of the day at all. I wouldn't. I'd rather give that opportunity to someone else. But the sad point is that our foundation is Hojlund.
Yeah, I know. That's the problem. Yeah, that's the problem.
Hojlund. When Hojlund is your foundation, you have to keep your mouth shut. You have to.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Difficult, because my thing is this: like when you've because if someone says to you, "I'll offer you Watkins and you can get rid of Hojlund, and then maybe go and get another midfielder in or go and get another wing back," it's just options. So for me, Ollie Watkins is not the first person that I'm putting on there. But if you tell me Man United go and get a midfielder in, a wing back, maybe a new goalkeeper, and then they get Watkins on the cheap as backup to Zertsky or whatever, then I take it. I'm not fussed.
Yeah, 100%. This is it. 75 goals, 884 games for Villa in the Premier League, reaching double figures in each of the last 5 seasons. You see that someone like United as a transfer target, most likely to be a reliable source of goals in the English top flight division. The thing is, the deal, by the way, just to stress, by the way, people, the deal only. I think for me, it'll be costing around 40-50 million. I think it'll cost you around
too much.
I genuinely think he'll cost. He won't go on 30 million. You don't sell a player like that, that will help Man United finish above you. You got to remember, we're rivals now with Aston Villa. You don't realize that, by the way. We are now competing for top 6 with Aston Villa, or that's the aim for United to get back into that top 6. You know what I mean? I don't know this thinking we're not gonna go anywhere near there. But all I'm saying to you is that United, our rivals are the teams trying to get to top 6. Champions League football is what Aston Villa have been doing, but they finished 6th last season. Look how easy it is to get into the top 6 after being in the top 5 and top 4. By the way, there's no guarantee in, the English teams will get extra position this year, by the way. There's no guarantees. Last year, I think Spain got it or whoever. This year, it was England. So it could be a case of top 4 this year. So right now, at this stage, for Aston Villa to be selling their key asset to Man United, who then will use him in a way that will finish above us, I'm sorry, man. They're not gonna sell him as easy as that. So for me, it's like, look at all of that, and I decide against it. I'm like, yo, look elsewhere and look for better. I really do. I'm not saying that Watkins is a rubbish footballer, is a bad player. I think he's a goal scorer. He can score goals, but I just think for me, look elsewhere. That's where I'm going right now. For me personally, anyway.
Let's see suit the system.
When you look at Watkins, though, every time I've seen him get nullified is when there is absolutely no space for him to run behind. That is a lot of his game, relies on space behind, bro. Like that's
He's a shoulder striker. He's a shoulder striker. He's on the shoulder of centre halves.
Yes. And when he hasn't got that,
listen, he's a good striker for a team that counterattacks a lot.
Yeah.
He's a guy that you suck teams in and then hit them on the break, and he's there. So at the end of the day, for me, it's about the price. It's about the age. He's I think 30th.
He's 30 in December. He's 30 in December.
Yeah, he's 30 in December. So at the end of the day, this is what it is. For me, I personally do think goals could be shared. And I 100% believe that you need team and attacking 4 or 5 or 6 that can create chances for each other, that can create for other teams. To me, it's about how attacking you are, and how much that you sustain the ball up or position spots, and how much you create with movement, and how much you then sustain those attacks. That's the most important thing to me. This idea that United fans have been brainwashed. Hold tight, the ice cream fan, if you know.
Yeah, big up the ice cream van. It's leading today, I tell you that.
I'm telling you, the brainwashing, it's so bad that they think one guy's going to come and he's going to be a goal machine. So he's going to be like kicking it from the goalkeeper to himself, bringing it in midfield, and then hoofing it up the pitch for himself to run on.
Facts. It's true. It's true, though.
That's what United fans. That's what United fans think, that it's going to be one kind of guy and he's going to save us. No. Those type of strikers were, if you have built a team and that type of striker is the last jigsaw in the puzzle. Because the rest of the team is made to sustain attacks, to win the ball back, and to attack and create so many opportunity, volume of chances. And I'm afraid it's not realistic. So for me, I look at the midfield. I'm looking at the wing backs, because that's where our team gets them in this system. Amaranth, that's where we get the most space. Teams go like this, Saeed. Oh, you can have it out wide. If you have some attacking wingers who can play wing backs, they won't be doing that. because then there's more room in the middle. When you stretch teams, because most teams want to protect the central areas. That's where the danger is. If you look at the defensive shape of a team, a good team, when they don't have the ball, is they block the middle.
Block the middle, yeah, facts.
The middle, right?
Facts.
And they're like, you know what? We're in good shape. Go out wide. But if you've got players who can help teams out wide, then they have to gonna go out. Then you're gonna get the fullbacks, a midfielder going out to them, a winger coming back. So then you got more space in the middle. So at the end of the day, I just look at it. I think Ollie Watkins will not suit Manchester United's system.
By the way, it's only. By the way, the price has been revealed according to the article, The Athletic. Right? They said 60 million. 60 million is what Aston Villa are holding out for. But the key thing is United. I know, they're not going to get 60 million. No chance. Yeah, I mean, they're going to have to put that less. But the key thing is, Norden, is that
hold tight to all my yardies. Hold tight to all my yardies in Birmingham, around Aston. But you know what? Look like the Villa are smoking that.
Yeah, they're smoking that. Yeah, I mean, they're smoking that. By the way, yeah, no. But you know what it is, though? By the way, just let you know, the sale is dependent on Hojlund leaving, no, man. And that's our biggest problem right now.
Hojlund, you know what it's like?
I know. Nobody's put a bid in. No, Inter Milan were interested. Now they brought that other guy. I forgot his name. They bought another brother. They bought him. Like, nobody's really interested in Hojlund. Juventus are not really. Man United, you know what they want? They want a straight sale, you know. They don't want no loans for Hojlund. They want their cash. And United at the minute, bro, it's going to be dark getting rid of Hojlund, man.
I'm not spoke to for a week. How are you feeling around the United transfer, Saeed? Honestly,
bro, you know, it's funny. I think that obviously my concern is more the sales, you know, rather than income.
What's happening, Saeed? What's happening with the sales?
The sales are not materializing. Rashford's back home, mate. He's after they've kicked him out of Spain. Villa said, "Yo, interview over." Yeah, said go back to your Manchester. You know what I mean? So my problem is, I think we've got maybe 2 signings at best. You know, maybe done. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I've got an update on Mbeumo, which might not what my United fans want to hear. But that's it. After that, it's looking really, really dark because the guys are not leaving, bro. Them man have been told, yo, listen, find new clubs. They're not leaving because they're saying, yo, the clubs that we want to go to, they're not really what we need or we want to go to. So it's kind of like things have to, you know, develop in certain aspects. What's this, Norden? Most Premier League clubs say from PSR. United, where's United? Yeah, they're calm. That's what I'm saying to you. United are all right. You're on mute, by the way, Norden. You're on mute.
Where are Villa? They want 60 million because what?
Yeah, look where they are. Yeah. Is this actually, where's this from? Is this year? Wow, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. United are in a good position. They said it before.
Yeah, because we've got 2 companies. We're not registered with the same company that Manchester United Football Club is not registered. Saeed, I told you PSI Manchester United was all bullshit. I kept
it's all bullshit. Yeah, it's all bullshit.
People were waffling. Manchester United making enough money to be able to stay in world. And then if PSI was going to do anything to us, it'd be because of the debt, because that gets taken into consideration.
Yeah.
For £1 billion in debt. So it was just a lot of waffle. But the idea, like big up Kronsking just said before, Birmingham bush. They're smoking that Birmingham bush. Everybody in world football knows they are severely. That's why Watkins, that's why Emilio Martinez, they have to sell. They had to sell that season. The season before that, they had to sell Costa, the Brazilian midfielder. Yeah. They had to sell something because they're always in danger of PSR. So the idea that they think they can get him, Watkins, for 60 million.
You know what? Though? If there's a club to try it out, though, it's Man United, isn't it? Though there's a club to.
I forget that we're linked with Calvert-Lewin.
No, we're not linked with him. No, we're not linked with him. We're not linked with him. Don't believe them stories, Norden. We're not linked with Calvert-Lewin.
Linked with him, mate. You're telling me not to believe those stories.
Listen,
and what are you talking about? We talk about everybody we're linked with. Calvert-Lewin, mate. He's Mr. Brand.
Listen,
Mr. Brand. He lives in Manchester already. He lives in Manchester, doesn't he?
I know he does. Yeah, I know. But listen. The day we get him, the day is when United.
He's already got the house sorted, man.
bro. It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if you did it. Yeah, exactly. Hojlund's new contract is until 2031. He's chilling. He's relaxed, man. He's here till 2030 with an extra year as well. We're finished.
Show me that. You know what? I'm not gonna lie to you. Some of the United fans, I got something to say for the United fan base. Yeah,
go on.
Because I was the same. I get caught up in the same. The idea that you're having a go at players for not leaving when it's the club and the Glazers who gave them these contracts is laughable. Because every one of you is hypocritical. If you had that contract, you ain't going nowhere, mate.
Yeah, facts.
You ain't going nowhere.
No, you're not going anywhere. I'll be real with you. But it's down to the football club to sort this out and put them on the bad.
Saeed, how did Chelsea do it? Can you just educate people? If there's a way, if there's a will, there's the way. What did Chelsea do? What did Chelsea do?
They sold hotels. They sold their women's stadium. They sell well traditionally anyway. Look at their sales as well.
No, but the players who did not want to leave Saeed, the players who wanted to sit there like Chilwell and that, what did they do to him?
Yeah, they loaned him out, innit? They loaned Chilwell out. They've got Sterling still there. They need to get rid of. And Kunku they need to get rid of. There's a couple that's still there, that's still loitering around. But they don't get
Felix. Where's Felix?
Felix still around, man. You know what I mean? So
he's not alone from Chelsea. AC Milan bought him.
No, they didn't buy him. They didn't buy him. No, he's still at Chelsea. What they do, they didn't freeze them out, bro. We don't freeze them out. We got to freeze these players out, bro. Make them feel like they're not part of the team. You know what I mean? And then find a way like that. But we don't. Like, Rashford's back now, man. Rashford is back.
Nah, he's not coming back, Saeed. Rashford's not coming back.
He's going back to training next week.
Saeed is not.
Are you saying next week, yeah?
No.
You're not telling me Rashford won't be there.
I don't expect to see Garnacho, Rashford, and Anthony to be back in the training.
I'll be shocked. I'll be shocked if they're not back. I'll be absolutely shocked.
And if they do, they'll be training on their own at Old Trafford. They won't be going to any tour. They'll be working alone in a far corner with a kids pitch. That's what.
No, but Garnacho played in SCN All Stars. He played there, didn't he? Did he not play there?
Yeah.
Did he not play for SCN All Star? Did he not play in Malaysia?
Yeah.
Maybe that's because it was contract binding and they had to be there no matter what. But
exactly.
Maybe. Let me get these super chats. I'm still waiting on Ineos era rebuild. Not enough players that have left or come in. And training starts on the 7th of July. Stay hydrated, people. Big up to you, Killis, man. Zayn says, you have fun with Watkins. Eze will be cooking you on the opening day. Oh, my days. Zayn, if you thought Birmingham was on the madness, this guy's on a different one, man. You don't need a player like Watkins when you have 10 wingers like Cunha and Mbeumo. Why are United so stupid? Football needs players that fit. We're just buying players to go and get Mateta and Ivan Toney. That's what I'm saying. Like, you've got to have players that complement each other. Cunha and Mbeumo and then Watkins. I just don't think it complements each other, bro. I really don't. But like I said,
okay, let me give an example. Yeah, Gyökeres, no space in the back. What does he do?
No, but the thing is, he can hold up the play though. I've seen him in the Champions League.
Gyökeres.
Nah, he's flaky.
I've watched him.
He's not. He's not.
I watched him against PFC Eindhoven. He got absolutely bullied.
Yeah, but that's just his sporting, bro. Let's be honest, man. Like sporting.
No, one of the things I would say is this, though. One of the things I would
hold the ball up, Saeed.
Hold up. My thing is, he can hold.
Than I've seen from Watkins. I'm sorry.
No, listen. My thing is, look, he can hold up the ball, but he's not top tier at it. He's not like them.
No,
that's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is, when he comes to the Prem, more physical league, there's no space because he loves a bit of space to run in as well. Yeah, there's no space.
He's a bit like Watkins. He wants space in behind.
That's what I'm saying. He wants the space in behind. There's no space for Gyökeres in behind. What does he do? It's just another option. So this is why I'm not mad, because the difference is Watkins guarantees you a certain level of goals in what he's done so far. So my thing is that as another option, I'm not mad at it. Just
my thing is my top target is not Gyökeres anyway. Like if I know people are saying, "Oh, what's the difference between Gyökeres and Watkins?" I'm not even wanting Gyökeres. My first target was Mateta. That's the one I've been after throughout the whole summer. It was him and
Mateta and Usher, man, are top tier at holding up the ball.
That's what I'm saying. That's what United should be looking at. Because I'm just looking at United. What's been the number one problem at United every year is that players are not, when there's no goals, they look like a fish, like, you know what I mean, bro? Like they look very, very like, average. And it's not them, it's because they don't have the fundamentals, bro. Like Hojlund didn't have the fundamentals.
But I think we're missing something. We're missing something so obvious. The teams that's won the league recently haven't had a striker like that. So except for when City got Haaland, but before that, City didn't have a striker. Arsenal's been competing; they haven't had a striker.
Yeah.
Liverpool last season, they didn't have a striker. Why is Amarin getting away with "I need a 9" to flipping do something? Where is your football? Where is your coaching ability? You've just gone and got 2 10s in that could score you the best part of flipping nearly 40 goals. Yeah.
Whoa, Musa, calm down. Rest of you United fans need to calm down. We've only signed one player.
Okay, cool. One player, but okay, cool. One player. Okay, cool. We got one player in, that can score you the best part of 15 to 20 goals in a season with a few assists. You've added onto it. You're trying.
With what team, Musa? With what team? How are we going to sustain attacks to be able to create the volume of chances for them to score goals? This is not an argument for the manager. This is an argument against him. I'm saying he's got a player within a style of play in the system that has shown he's proven can score a goal. They're trying to get another one in with Mbeumo. So it's all on him to get this system right for them to do that. It's not on me and you. We've seen it. And like you're saying, Noradin, in what style of play and in what system have they done that? That's Eric Ten Hag. I mean, that's Amrin's job to answer that because we've seen them do it. But we need to get a number 9 that could. No, you don't. You're trying to get in 2 10s who are goal scoring 10s, who also, may I add, can also play the 9 if they're pushed to. So the question I'm asking him, what are you doing with what you've already got? Are we going to be waiting for individual brilliance? That's all I've got right now is individual brilliance that these guys, because I know if we start the first game of the season with Mbeumo, Ahmad, and Cunha in the side, there's a possibility any one of those 3 players can take the game away from Arsenal on their own, regardless of what the manager does. But I don't want it to be that because that's not sustainable. And this is why when we say that Garnacho's not coming back, and we talk about Rashford not coming back and all of these things, based on who? The manager or the club? Who doesn't want them back? Does the club not like Rashford? Does the club want to part ways with Rashford?
It's the manager, I think.
But the manager doesn't have that power.
But that's what I'm saying. The manager needs to then suck it up and say, yo, listen, forget everything that's happened. Let's have Rashford. Because for me, it's like, if you're getting Watkins, you might as well play Rashford up front then.
You might as well.
Go like that. You save yourself a striker, save yourself 60, 70 million, and then go and buy another maybe 10 that can get you goals or whoever. We go get midfielders that can get you 10s.
Yeah, let's stop playing this game where we're
for them. It's
we're creating this and we're creating this fake sense of Rashford can never play for United again. Says who? Who said that?
Amarin.
That's what I'm saying. But we all know Amarin has gone into the club and said, I don't want the job, as Noradin would say. I don't want the job. Take it away from me. It's too much. He's gone in there and flipping my man, Omar Barada said, if you get sacked, I'm getting sacked. Get back out there and get the job done. So the reality is, Amarin might not be here.
Amarin questioned Rashford's professionalism.
Amarin might not be here, lads. Let's get real. Amarin might not be here come flipping December.
This is where, for me, they've got to then understand there has to be some sort of you've got to meet me halfway. I don't know what that is right now, because right now no one wants Rashford. People are saying Barcelona want Rashford. They don't want him. They're trying to fight for Nico Williams' case. You know what I mean, bro? No one wants Rashford at the minute. So Bayern Munich don't want him. Apparently now they're going for Luis Diaz. He hasn't got many options, Rashford, He will happily come back to Man United, Happily.
Yeah, no one wants him at that price.
40
That's
million.
what it is.
There's a reason why he would come back to Manchester United. Why? 365, bro. 300.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. United already paid the money.
350 grand a week, mate. 350 grand a week reasons why he would want to come back to Manchester United.
Yeah, let me just get these super chats as well in It says that Ineos are on fraud watch. Chelsea are not buying Garnacho. They already bought Gittins and João Pedro. They don't need Garnacho or even want him. I don't know. Them. I don't know. Laurie Whitwell, again, he came out with it today saying, "Oh, there's going to be some moves around Ollie Garnacho," but I can't see that. I've given up on that one. I can't lie. Then it says we are not moving players out. We will be lucky if we get top 10. Amri needs to be a Houdini this season. Great escape artist. I read that one there. Big up to TH14. It's mad that the working class people are asking clubs to do anti-employee shit and complain they aren't paid a living wage. Players should milk them.
Yeah, big up T. I agree with that, my friend.
Yeah. I get that.
You know
idea.
Me, class war, baby.
Yeah. Yokras is whack. I don't want him either. Says Adiwalis, the proven manager, says the donation there. Eric Ten Hag kicked out Sancho, who I will argue with anyone didn't get a real chance at United. Amarin kicked out Rashford. The club is a joke and doesn't know how to handle players-manager relationship. The thing is, right, with Garnacho, we might have kicked him out here, but who are you going to go and buy him? Who's going to go buy him, bro?
Garnacho's staying at the club.
So what did the club brief to the Athletic side? What did Laurie Whittle say about Garnacho?
He just said there's a move. Chelsea are still linked with a move for Garnacho, but it don't make sense.
They just bought Gittins.
They've bought Gittins and they're about to. They want to go and get Kudus, so it doesn't make sense for them to go get Garnacho. And United want at least 50 million, maybe more for him. If I'm being truly honest with you. So like I said, I don't know what's going on with Garnacho. I genuinely don't know. Like, it's peak, you know. When we actually deep it, yo. Only Ante looks like the one that's gonna be maybe escaping all of this, you know. The rest of them, maybe Sancho.
Are they? If I'm not correct, didn't Betis buy a winger already? They bought a winger.
Who?
Betis.
Yeah, they bought. No, they sold a winger. They sold a winger, and they sold Cardozo as well. Yeah, so Chelsea I'll be gobsmacked if Chelsea buy Garnacho. It's not happening. I've given up on that one. They're going for Kudus and them, man. They go for better, man. Why would you settle for less when you could go for better?
I rate Garnacho anyway, so I don't care if he stays.
No, but I've said it on Bear Channel. I said, yo, I need 50 million from him, but we know where they're going to get that. So it's one of them where...
See me, I think another manager other than Amarin allows Garnacho to actually be worth something in a transfer window. I think this coming in and then...
stopped it now, that whole situation there where it's been briefed to the press. You're looking to find a club and all of this and that.
Yeah, but Amarin's been rinsed by the press. They're onto the poet. He's got nowhere to turn. What is he doing? He thinks by going at players, he's going to have a better flipping chance in the press. The press are waiting to cook this guy. First game against Arsenal, they're going to be like, flipping Carragher and man. He's going to be like, have they had a pre-season? What are they doing? You know what I'm saying? Where they guys been, like, they're going to cook ready. They've got the stove ready. The frying pan's out. Everything's done. He's got
right.
It's ready. Like, so for me, there's no Amarin. His best bet is to get players on side and to come out all cylinders blazing. He needs to beat Arsenal and beat flipping Fulham and have 2 back-to-back wins straight away, because they are onto him. They are so onto him. It's unbelievable. They're ready to say that Eric Ten Hag was better than him. They're ready to start talking about, Ollie was the best thing that we've had since Sir Alex. They're ready to start all of that conversation. Where do we go now? We need to get a Prem-proven manager. Then we start looking at... It's going to be too early on as well in the season to start looking at other Premier League managers. You're not going to get another Prem manager.
But the thing is, though, you have to... This is, again, I keep talking about it. You have to meet him halfway. You've backed him. You now have to get rid of the players that he doesn't want. We are here next week, yeah. Rashford and Garnacho are coming into training, yeah. That is not... That for me, it sends the wrong message out there, because it means then that we can't really do anything here. What's going on? Like,
Garnacho at 21 years old. Yeah. How much did Man United pay for it?
We paid about 50 grand for him, I think, from Valencia, from Atletico Madrid.
£50,000, yeah. He's full profit. How much? What's his wages?
He's on 50 grand a week as well.
He's on 50 grand a week. That kid should be going out on loan. It's that simple. Garnacho's not a problem. Send the kid out on loan. If he's really what he says he's about, and he's really that good, Saeed, he'll tear it up. Go and send him to my man, and what's his name? Where Greenwood is. Send him over there. Marseille. If he's really about the game, if he's really about this footballing life, he'll actually go and prove himself while he's on loan, and then you can get some money for him. But we're not. He didn't cost us anything. He's not on a lot of wages. Any club that takes Garnacho on loan will easily cover that 50k.
Yeah, I agree.
So why are we fighting about it? If you don't want him in, the manager don't want him, he's an asset to the club. You didn't pay much for him. Send him out on loan. Let someone cover his 50 grand a week wages. Yeah, and hopefully he does well for himself. And then you can say to someone, look, we told you he was a 50 million pound player. Get the money ready.
You know what it is for me, though, yeah? Do we now maybe ourselves need to reevaluate what these guys are worth then? Because, again, like I said to you, man, it's one of them where, like, them are selling players like a duds, yeah, and we're not hearing it. Like, Kwanzaa's gone for 30, 40 million, bro. And our Liverpool fans saying, yo, that guy's a dud. We don't rate him, etc., etc. You know what it is? You're right, you know. The problem is at United, everything gets put open in there. It's like, you know what? Everyone knows about the Joneses, what they're doing, what they're wearing, you know what I mean, bro? It's like everyone's, you see what I mean, bro? The problem is we're too open. Everything's publicized. And then what happens is people then will say, right, he's got a bad attitude in, you know. Who wants to buy that guy over there? Bro.
Send Garnacho.
Who's the blame, Saeed? Who's the blame?
No, that's what I'm
saying. No.
I said it, Nordin.
Who's to blame?
No, the leaks that come out. Of course, United is to blame. But what I'm trying to say to you is, the leaks that come out, when we're so open, it's like we devalue our players, bro. Like, we shouldn't have to do this, bro.
Saeed, we support the leagues is part of the PR propaganda at the football club. We're not a football club. We're PR and propaganda.
Yeah.
We're like the Kardashians of football, bro.
But even we lap it up as content creators because you've got guys with the numbers that Garnacho's put up saying he's crap, he's this, he's that. What are we doing? We're a part of that now.
Yeah,
listen, I've looked around world football to find a 20-year-old, that's putting up his numbers. There's not a lot of them.
But you have to use that to your argument, bro. You can't go into a pawn shop here, and I mean pawn as in P. And but you can't go into there.
There is no such thing. There is no such thing as the other thing doesn't have a shop anyway.
You know what I'm saying? But you can't go into there thinking, yo, you know what, man? I had a bad experience with this piece of metal or whatever I've got. That guy's gonna judge me in that way. You've got to be able to go into that shop, with your like looking up, thinking, yo, I'm confident I'm gonna sell this for a good price.
Saeed, you've seen Garnacho explode onto the scene. You've seen his impact off the bench. Are you telling me Garnacho at Dortmund doesn't have a better season than this Gittins kid?
That's what I'm trying to say to you, bro.
Is that what you're trying to tell me? In that German league, Garnacho with his attributes.
Look at the PR for Kittens, though. Look at the PR.
That's what I'm saying. Are you telling me Garnacho, the kid is playing international for Argentina, getting called up for Argentina, World Cup winners, international level, brother. Bro, are we having a joke? One of the best clubs, if not the best world national side in the world, and this kid gets called up at 19 years old, plays well in some of the games that he's played for them, comes back to Old Trafford in a flipping struggling team with grown men on the field that can't flipping kick a ball 2 yards, and it's all on the flipping 19-year-old. What are we doing?
Let me just say this, Musa, because you've gone a bit too far. 2 things can be true at a time. I don't want 10 things can be true all at once. I've argued, and many a time on Amanda and on here, I've said the kid needs proper developmental coaching. Manchester United do not have a developmental plan for young players. You bring them in, you get them playing, you bring them on as a sub, you loan them out, you bring them back. These are the things that you do to improve if you've got a proper plan for the young player. Garnacho gets played to death, and then when he's fatigued and he can't stay on his feet, we all go, oh, it's crap. Because majority of the United fan base are cowards. The real root and the real problem, everybody knows at this football club. Players don't play themselves. They don't buy themselves. They don't give each other. They don't give themselves wages. People who make decisions do that. And the club owners, we're not even a football club. We're floated on the New York Stock Exchange. So we can't move. We can't do a Chelsea and move and sign 2 players. Petro, they went and they did that in a what? In 2-3 days, bam. Gittins, bam. At the end of the day, people, Garnacho for me is super frustrating. Super frustrating to watch a team that finished 8th and then finished 15th and to all blame it on him. Same with Rasmus. Rasmus Hojlund should be sent alone. He should be developed. He should be bought in. He shouldn't be relying on them. They should not be relying on.
But that's facts, though. Where are these?
Should not be putting all their thing on them. They should not be. They should be coming in and complimenting, bringing in at times, taking out at times, giving rest at times. That's what they should be doing. But
the thing is, I agree with you.
That's what happens to them without a development. Then they get cooked on social media. Then he thinks he's this and that. And I'm not really against young players because as professional footballers, you have to have an ego. Because sport is competitive. You've got to back yourself.
And this is a lie.
The idea of blaming him on everything, I never been, especially young players, because I feel like with good developmental plan, you don't know what young players can do.
Yeah.
The Garnacho might not be good enough at the end, but he was good enough when he was played properly, when he was coming off the bench.
It was a bench player, yeah. I agree. I agree. Totally agree. I agree.
My thing is this, though. So when people say that Garnacho thinks that he's a starter, based on what? Where does Garnacho think is a starter?
Because you know why? The way he struts off the pitch, yeah, the way he's kind of like almost like moaning all the time and he's coming off the bench.
Garnacho knows he deserved to start in front of Mason Mount and Luke Shaw. No one denies that. Those 2 flipping injury-prone frauds should not have been on that pitch in the final, but they were. When Garnacho gets subbed off, most of the time, the player coming on for him, we can all agree in reality, because the kid wants to play. Being upset because you want to come off doesn't mean that you think you're a starter. You just love the game. That's his attitude to the game. He wants to play. When people listen to this, Saeed. When you're a young kid, yeah, or you're someone that loves to win the game and wants to play the game, sometimes that's just your attitude. That's how you are as an individual. But are you telling me if Man United are winning week in, week out, and Garnacho is a part of that winning team coming off the bench, like Kobe and other players, he's going to be causing mayhem?
No, but if we had better players than him, of course he wouldn't, because he'd know his level, isn't it?
So if we don't have better players than him, and he's sitting on the bench, and we all know that people was crying out for him in the final. Why isn't he on? Why isn't he start? Like, I just don't get how you cry for someone to start a game, but then say that he's not good enough to be in the starting 11.
Two things can be right here. You can be disappointed, but the way you show it as well is also another thing as well. To come on and do an interview with the Argentinian radio station, yeah, or whatever it was, yeah, and like talk about me, when the team's just lost here. For me, I don't want to be hearing that. That's one
but
thing.
He didn't want to call out Luke Shaw, Mason Mount. He didn't want to do that, so he spoke about himself. But I'm sure he would have been saying, what the heck was Mason Mount doing on the pitch? The guy hasn't done nothing all season. He hasn't been there. But rather than call out a teammate, he just spoke about himself and he was angry. He didn't get it. And again, Amrin was making some crazy decisions, man. He didn't make no flipping substitutes. He was moving mad. Someone had to do it. People just don't like it because it was a young kid. My thing is this. The fact that Garnacho is annoying and he's inconsistent is what you expect from a 20-year-old. Where are these 20-year-olds that are not inconsistent? I don't get it. Where are they?
No, but I get that. But the problem is, though, we are dealing with what we see. What we see is a guy that not only does he think he's of the level of Ronaldo, he doesn't know himself too much. He hasn't.
I don't think so, man. I think two things can be right.
He hasn't got any self-awareness. That's the problem with this kid, bro. He hasn't got any self-awareness yet. And he thinks he's got the ability of a Ronaldo. He thinks that, bro. But really and truly, that's not his level. So when he gets taken off, yeah, because
his level is he knows he is a part of the best 11 at Man United. That's all he knows.
Is that saying a lot though?
No, but that's what I'm saying. So if he believes he's a part of the best 11 at Man United, and he believes that he has the best ability, if that's factual, so if he gets upset about it, I'm not mad. Create a culture where he can't. If me, you, and Noureddin was chilling with flipping Garnacho, he wouldn't say a word. If we told him shut up and sit down, he would shut up. He wouldn't be on no bad boy team, because we'll create a culture where he knows if he moves mad, it's peak for him.
Yeah, that's the problem.
At Man United, there isn't a culture. There isn't that type of, environment where people know how to act, how not to act. And that's just a problem, because people are fighting for their lives. And that's the problem. When you've got a manager who's just come in, wallahi, and he's fighting for his life, Saeed. The brothers had one of the worst runs we've seen ever in the Premier League. He's fighting for his life. He doesn't really have anything that he can say to anyone that holds any weight. All I can do is defend a 20-year-old footballer. I don't care if it's Garnacho or anyone else. When people bring me the exception to the rule rather than the rule, and they bring me the exception, a 20-year-old that's talented and that's consistent. Look at Adoué at PSG. Man rinse Adoué and say he's not consistent. He does it sometimes. And this time here, Adoué's he's had one of his best flipping footballing seasons ever. And people are still complaining.
But the thing is, though, with Doué, though, he will have self-awareness, though. There's a difference in football, though. Self-awareness is key, When you know you've got the ability, you will know you've got the ability. You feel it. You perform in big games. Garnacho has done it in certain games, but majority of the time we've seen his ability don't match to what he believes he is.
Some of the goals that kid has scored.
Doué does not put himself and present himself to be whatever this superstar, whatever. He's put himself.
You don't get rid of a kid because of lack of self-awareness. That's something that you implement. You don't get rid of a kid.
At Man United, though. You don't implement that at Man United, though. It's we are a toxic club. We've seen it already.
I know, but my thing is this:
he's too raw. He's too raw. He needs to develop. He should have been on a loan.
But why isn't he going at Noureddin? I just said it. But Noureddin, why can't he go out on loan? He's only on 50k a week.
No, but United don't want loans, man. Loans damage prices.
But the guy wants to leave Musa, and I don't blame him. He wants to get. What people don't understand. 1 second, Musa. What people are not understanding is that every player this season wants to play. You know why? Every player wants to be on the flight to the US for their national team for the World Cup. These players are moving strategically more than any other time, any other season, because of the World Cup. Because it's the World Cup season, right? In the summer, it's going to be the World Cup. Everybody's thinking, where shall I go? Where can I play decent football? And where can I make sure that I'm in that 25-man player squad that's going to the US? That's what we're at. But honestly, Garnacho's not. We've had so many debates and arguments about Garnacho. Let's not rehash that. The kid's not being developed properly. He's not ready. We need better than him. At this moment in time, Manchester United are struggling, but we should have never have relied on him. And always goes back to who? It always goes back to the decision makers at Old Trafford and the idea that he was played to death and that he was gassed up and marketized. Same with Rashford. Marketed in this way that he's a world beater. That's what Manchester United do as a football club. That's what Manchester United do as a football club. While these young players should be coached properly. You tell me any player that's played for Manchester United in the last 10, 12 years that's had any improvement. Any youngster Manchester United.
That is very true. That's very true.
That's my thing, though. That's my thing, Noureddin. If you can't coach Garnacho, then you've got no hope. If Garnacho has put up the numbers that he's put up and has scored the goals that he's scored and he's not been coached, so if you can't develop Garnacho with this ability, because he is gifted, the kid has ability. If you can't develop Garnacho with this ability, who are you going to develop? Who?
Develop someone who's a bit more, I would say, willing to learn, willing to understand, willing to be, not going to be moaning all the time, putting things on social media. Someone who's actually going to be, got a bit more temperament to him and actually is going to put his head down, a bit more humble, and then willing to learn. I think with Garnacho, I genuinely think...
see all of that? That's what losers say. That's what losers say. See, losers. This is what losers say. We're losers. See, losers. We nitpick at all these things. He wore the wrong suit. We're losers. He wore the wrong tie. When you're winning, people don't care what you're wearing, what you're doing, what you're saying. Losers. We're just losers. So when we're losers, we need to start looking at everything. This is what we've done with Paul Pogba. This is what we've done with flipping every player. Martial, he doesn't smile when he's running. Oh my Lord, where are we going? The kid needs to smile when he's running. He's not happy when he scores a goal. Where are we going with this?
No, but you know what they say here. You know what they say here. Ability.
The club encourages this crap, Musa.
Yeah. No, but let me ask you a question. Have you seen one of them graphs here where they say ability versus hype? Yeah.
Yeah, the hype. Too much hype.
Yeah. So this is the hype, and that's the ability of Garnacho. Yeah.
Who's hyping Garnacho? The fact that no one's coming in for him. Listen. The fact that no one's coming in for him tells you there's no hype.
What? No, it's not.
The fact that no one's coming in for him for the price that we're saying tells you there's no hype. Garnacho is living off his name based on what he's done, his ability. Like I said to you, Saeed, how many 19-year-olds are making their debut for Argentina?
Brother, there's so many, bro, man. He doesn't
name them.
He doesn't even
Argentina.
Start. Yeah. He doesn't even play, bro. He's like 5th choice.
Argentina.
Yes. He's not ahead of Simeone.
You think a kid.
I'll tell you that all the Argentinian wingers are ahead of him. Simeone.
No, like 19.
But it don't matter 19, bro.
My thing is this. Listen to this. Man said this are high. For you to make your debut and to be called up for Argentina at 18, 19 years old, it's a big deal. And
why is that a flex?
Of course it's a flex.
What? Why is it a flex? Tell me why.
They're World Cup winners and they're calling you up saying, yeah, we can do with a bit of your talent. That's a flex. So we're talking about the best of the best calling you up and you're saying it's not a flex. This is when I say that, look, I'm not see me, I've never been this Garnacho, but what I don't want here is that we get a new 19-year-old who comes through, doesn't get developed like Noradine says, gets pushed into every game until he ends up being the main man, and then he's 20 years old and we start saying the kid thinks he's too good, the kid thinks he's too this, the kid thinks he's too that. Man, then my thing is this, he's 20 years old. When you look around his age group, they're all doing the same thing and most of them are doing less. So I'm not worried about Garnacho. Let's not make it about Garnacho, but it's not the big deal that we make it into be. Like, he should still be able to go out on loan to a championship side. Like, send him out on loan. He's on 50K a week.
To be fair, somebody just made the thing. Harvey Elliott smashed the Euros, but won't in the Euro under 21s.
Harvey Elliott smashed the Euro. He's 23 years old. Harvey Elliott is 23 years old.
22.
No way, he's 23.
He's 22. He's 22.
He's 22 years old, playing for under 21s. Our youth.
Are we getting Ivan Toney?
No, we need to get Duran. Where's Duran?
4th of April, 2023. So he's 22. Let me get
this. 22. He's playing for under 21s. Our under 21s, like Kobe, are playing England international first team. You got Garnacho's playing Argentinian first team. Man's telling me about someone who's older than both of them playing for under 21s. Allow it.
Let me get the super chat from Dennis. Says Amron is done and he wants 7 new players here. He's getting 2 or 3. He cannot coach his way out. Look at this club's history. I'm sorry, Garnacho and Hojlund are effing trash. I should get the F out of the club. Garnacho has no right to call anyone out, little brat. He went 20 games without a goal. We need to sell him. Why does this kid have so many fans while Sancho gets so much hate and hasn't done half of what he has, half of what Nacho has? And did Chelsea really spend 100 million on Gittins and Pedro? Yeah, they did. They spent 100 million on him. Let's discuss them. By the way, there's 1.5K in the building here. I don't know what's going on, people, but you lot should be on a thousand.
People are allergic. People all of a sudden have started growing it. It's called small hand syndrome, where they can't reach the cursor. And they
guys, man, let's get the likes up, people, man. Right here, people, man. That needs to be on 1,000 likes by the end of the show, man. Come on, people. You know where to like the video. It's on your phones. It's on your eyes.
They're allergic. They're allergic.
Yeah, well, they're not allergic here, mate. You know what I mean? Get liking. There was some news around about Mbeumo. The Brentford guy spoke out. And,
that you mean 7-8 weeks.
I know. Brentford sporting director said Phil G on Mbeumo says he has his own ideas about the direction he wants to take his career, and he has every right to do so. We are in constant dialogue with him and his reps about this. As things stands, we don't have an agreement in place for him to leave. It's not possible. It's not impossible that he'll be still a Brentford player next season. It has to be the right deal for Brentford. If it isn't, why would we agree to it? Brentford are very, very adamant on their price, man. Them.
Brentford coming out embarrassing.
How old is Mbeumo?
25.
Brentford side.
25. Brentford
are coming out, Musa, embarrassing the best in nonsense.
Actually embarrassing that, bro. I'm telling you, man. Like, we need
and
to
they're idiots themselves. They're telling us that they're going to let a 27-year-old Mbeumo in his prime walk away for free.
Yeah.
No, he's 5 now. He's got 2 years left. In 2 years, he'll be 27 and can walk away for free at his prime. What are they doing?
Yeah.
Who are they lying to? If he stays...
No. Hold on a minute, Musa. It's 1 year. In the summer, in January, he can negotiate teams, especially from abroad. The year optional, the player and the club have to agree. He's contracted only till this summer. That's what he's contracted to. He's got the optional year. If player and club agree to that, and they come together and agree to that, so it's not 2 years. But this thing to me, Saeed, this is who you got negotiating deals for you. Let me just show you. Let me just share this. Let me present it to the Straightjacket army, because I've cracked the code, people. I've cracked it. We've got man like this. So let me explain who this is.
Go on.
Mo Omar wearing a wig, potato head Barada. Jim Larry Glazer. Curly Wilcox. That's who you've got running your football club, people. Running contracts. That's who you've got.
Oh, man.
Get used to it. We've got the three
They were the best in class.
That's why Brentford can take that effing piss. Yo, big up Belly Visual, man. I'm not seeing him for heard from him.
Yeah, big up Belly Visuals, man.
Noradine, I thought they were best in class.
Oh, yeah, big up. I think it's big up to, was it Wasim? Wasim, I think is. Shout out to Wasim, man. I need to go check up on him, man. But yeah, man, big up to him, man. We'll try and get him back on the channel, man. Big up Belly Visuals, man. You know what I mean? Rashford's #1 enemy. But yeah, no, honestly,
he must be happy, Belly Visuals. He must be happy.
Yeah. But what I will say is, though, there isn't right now. The problem is right now, is that United are not giving what Brentford want up front, which is around about 60 million. They're saying they want 60 million up front. United, at the minute right now, they say they're optimistic, but the guys just come out and said, yo, listen, ain't no agreement been done. That's obviously right now, but bro, we are a week away from the training, preseason training. They return back in a week. Yeah. You're going to be seeing the same faces next week. I told him, man, remember how many days left till Juma? Musa, remember Friday, 4 days left. 4 days left. We said it last week. They said to me, wait until next week. July is tomorrow. Like I said, they've gone from Myrtle Madness to July Madness. So if we don't see action, every other club is doing business. At least the top 5. Arsenal, whatever you like about them. Eze today. Liverpool have got their business. Man City have got their business.
Liverpool they're getting gay.
Who's getting Eze?
So
Arsenal's getting Eze.
Yeah, he's going back.
Trying to get
Eze. He was a kid, wasn't he? He was Arsenal let him go as a kid.
Yeah, he was part of the academy.
Listen, I told man them the top 4 are cemented. I said it in the group. Anyone who thinks the top 4 are not cemented, the top 4 are the only ones who's come out firing and they've all got players in. Anyone else think they're going to break into that 4-7? This is why I said, Saeed, the best we can get is top 5 because Newcastle's the one in that 5th position and they ain't doing no shopping either. They're the only ones we could try and catch. Yeah. Anyone else, forget about it.
Yeah. It's fake, man. I'll be honest with you, man. I'm not going to lie to you. Right now, it's a waiting game, bro. United waiting. It's not good, bro. But that's the thing, though, man. It's like, bro, 4 weeks today. 4 weeks will be, yeah. When was it? Let me find out now. Yeah, 4 weeks today, yeah. It was since Mbeumo said, yeah, that he's willing to join Manchester United. Can you believe that? 4 weeks today, he said, yo, I want to join you lot. Come and go and get me, basically. You know what I mean? I just want to join Manchester United only. That's it. That's it. That was June the 2nd, people, man.
Where are the pole dancers?
I don't know.
What happened to the pole? Where
I
are
don't
the
know.
pole dancers, man?
Aaron, when the group was telling me, yeah, we've got 2 signings in. That was 3-4 weeks ago. He said we got 2 signings in.
Where are you? Where are the Ineos sexuals, mate?
I told man about Ineos. Ineos is dead. I don't want no one to tell me nothing. Because they saw we were getting that circus of a stadium. They started dancing. We got a new stadium. We're going to have...
new stadium's got poles for them to start dancing on, you know what I mean? It's got proper poles.
By the way, that stadium is going to be done by 2030, by the way. That stadium is going to be done by 2030. 2025.
Man United fans, Man United fans are shameless. How can we be 15th, looking at Ollie Watkins, looking at flipping Perlinho at Bayern Munich, looking at flipping Douglas, whoever, Luis, the other geezer, and then we look at Chelsea bringing in flipping João Pedro and start saying, what is he going to do? Who do we think we are?
He's a player, mate. João Pedro was a player.
That's what I'm saying.
He's a player, mate. Are you taking the... He can play most with the division. He can play as a number 10.
You know what it is, though, man?
He can play out wide. He can play as a lone striker.
No, but
what you want about?
That's what I said.
You know they say beggars can be choosers, yeah, but do you take anything that you see off the streets, though? Sometimes you got to be careful. Some people might want to give you something that, you know what I mean, you think it's not great for you.
Saeed.
Like, that's the problem. Beggars can be choosers.
Saeed's looking at people. Saeed's making out United and just looking at on the street, taking any nash. Any nash.
If you go Piccadilly Gardens now, mate, you don't want to be taking. It's not a case of beggars can be choosers. You know, you get something thinking, yo, this is.
I've got
nice.
2 words for you, Saeed. Rasmus Hojlund. That's all I've got to say to you. And this manager starts him. He will start Rasmus up front with Cunha behind.
I think he burnt him to death on purpose. I really think that. I genuinely think
he thinks that he's Gyökeres. It reminds him of Gyökeres. He thinks it's the same.
No, he doesn't. I actually think he told him to start fighting. Remember when Rasmus came out and said, I'm not going to be wrestling with defenders anymore. I'm going to be coming up and connecting the play. He started going back to that, and I'm like, that's the coach telling him.
Yeah.
Bro, listen to me.
Because he wants his Swedish side. But listen, you're talking about a coach that offered his vaccination twice, Musa.
I'm telling you, this is what I'm trying to say to you. Listen, Amarin is officially concussed. And when you're concussed, you start making crazy decisions. These decisions to play Rasmus repeatedly, as bad as he was doing, the geezer was concussed. He had multiple chances to play a false 9. In that final, he could have played a false 9. Ten Hag plays a false 9 and wins that game. He had multiple chances, but the guy didn't want to do it. He could have packed the midfield and played a false 9, but he flipping put Bruno in there, and then we got buoyed by flipping Spurs, and we have to go down in history as a team that gave Spurs the European trophy. It's madness.
Big up, hold tight, Stretford Elite, Bootlickers FC. Here we go, here we go. Pole Dancers FC. Here we go, here we go. Stop climbing the pole, people. Stop being a pole dancer. That's what United fans are. Pole dancers.
Yeah, I think for me, it's one of them where it's like.
So listen, I told you, what did I tell you on Musa and everybody who watches anything, this podcast, anytime I've come on the Saeed TV, on United Real Therapy, I told you, look, when you were telling me, yo, forget that was Europa League or bust. I was like, guys, you think next season is like 2 years away, a year and a half away? I was telling you, man, pre-season will begin in what, the first week of July, and you man were telling me, nah, man, it's all about Europa or bust. Listen, it's embarrassing where we are.
I can't believe this manager's still in the job.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie to you. We, the fans,
the whole season,
there are 15% of the fans who are militant like me. Rest of them are not, and the majority of them are sheep, and a lot of them
are sheep. So because anything they like.
I want to ask you a question, man. Then, so
let me just finish, Musa. Let me just finish this thing. The point what I'm making is that we deserve. If you look at the whole fan base, we deserve the owners that we have. We deserve to be treated.
I agree.
It's what it is.
No,
I can fight against it. I can resist it as much as I like. But Manchester United fan base is docile. The lowest we've finished since in 50 years.
That should be right,
and those days, Saeed and Musa and the chat, you only got 2 points. In 1973-74, you got 2 points for a win, not 3 points. If you look at this team statistically, Saeed, this is the worst team in Manchester United top flight history. It is. But don't worry. Omar Barredo Barada has promised you Project 2028. And then you know what? Shameless. You know what United fans were sharing yesterday? JJ Abrams, 14-year-old.
I'm tired, bro. Bro, I swear down, man. I hate that part.
We're cooked. We're fried.
JJ,
the fan base are sharing kick-off video.
They got the young team.
14-year-old.
That's a new signing for United, though, isn't it? You know, when you got Fabrizio Romano talking about 14-year-old, like in that kind of way, and they're hyping it up, and I'm like, bro, come on, man. What are we doing here, man? I hate that about football, man. Bro, let the kid play, man. Since when we're reporting about that brother, man, even the 16-year-old bro,
Garnacho.
You know what I mean?
The fan base will do him like they done Garnacho. The only question I was going to ask you, man, is this: with how the window was gone, and how the end of the season and how the season finished,
yeah,
what is Ineos's plan?
I think they're trying to make sure they don't get scammed. You know, I think they've got some.
Saeed, we're in July.
Are you taking the piss? They've sacked over 600, nearly 700 staff.
Bro, I don't know.
Yeah, working class people, Musa, and they have lied and said PSR till the real figures get produced.
July madness. But you don't actually need to sign a player in July. You can have a pre-agreement. You don't even have to do it in July.
Musa, let me run this by you guys. Let me run this by you guys because I'm sick of this Ineos PR that some people are parroting, Saeed, and you're guilty as anyone, Saeed. So I don't want to hear it. So let me explain something to you, okay? Anthony was a done out here. We knew that 7 months ago. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes or no? Rashford was done out here 8 months ago. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Sancho was done out here for nearly 2 years at Manchester United. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Garnacho was done out here because the club were briefing they wanted to get selling in January. Yes or no?
Yeah.
So why? Okay, buying stuff, Saeed, it's different. Like I said to you, you can get a flipping cat if it could talk like human to buy a fucking footballer. Because all you do is you get the agent's number and you get the player representative. And then
if a cat can talk like a human,
those you could sign players with my little help, just dialing the agent's number for him. Scholesy, my cat can sign a player. Saeed. So I've just asked you guys about 4 players at Manchester United, and between 6 to 8 months, they knew they were done. What have Manchester United, the best in nonsense trio, the trio I just showed, who are the stooges of Manchester United? What have they done to facilitate the transfers of those 4 players?
Nothing. Haven't even got no fees, no nothing.
So what we talking? So what we doing, Aidan? What we doing?
Yeah.
What we doing?
What's their plan? Like, I want for the Ineos inners, like you said, the ones on the climbing the pole. What is your pimp's flipping plan? Yeah, what's the pimp's plan? Yeah, what is he doing? What is, like, you've come into a summer transfer window off the back of your worst ever season with a manager who tried to leg it from a fight. You had to push him back into it. Where are you going? What's your plan?
What's your plan? Yeah, facts.
What's the plan, Saeed?
Yeah.
Listen, please do the chat the justice. you're on X. Just type in Omar Barada's plan for Manchester United, and you'll see.
Omar Barada's
Jason Wilcox's plan. They said they've come out, but you know what the plan is, Musa? The plan is garbage, corporate chat. Yeah, project this. We've got the plan. We're doing the plan. Everything's according to plan.
We signed Cunha.
All of it. Where have you heard this? It's just like politician Donald Trump waffle.
It makes no sense. Cunha agreed to come to Man United.
That's what I told everybody, Musa. Cunha, as the kid came out in that interview and said, when I was 10 years old, I was going to my grandmother's house to watch United. From the age of 10.
He said, I can't talk about specific names, but we've been planning for many months, considering different scenarios. We're clear about where we want to invest. We'll execute the plan.
He's considered every scenario except for this one. Where's this scenario?
Where's this scenario, yeah?
Where's this scenario? You've considered every scenario but finishing 15th. So now you don't know what to do. Where's this scenario? You've just had one of your worst ever seasons. Cunha agreed to come to United while we were still playing the flipping last season, while the league was still on. That was already done. So now we've been here for an extra, couple months, and nothing's happened.
So
Nothing.
Everybody and their nan kept telling me, Amorim needs a pre-season. Amorim needs a pre-season. Amorim needs a pre-season. Saeed, this is their boy. They bought him in. They didn't back him in January. And now they're leaving him hang to dry again. After Musa and Saeed, he's already threatened to walk away twice.
You're onto something already, you know. You're onto something, you know. You're onto something. You're onto something. This guy might be out the window, Saeed, you know. He might be out.
You can't
Because you're onto something. Now, Saeed, think about it. Pre-season's about to start. You've wanted a pre-season with players to play your system. You've told the flipping board you want to get rid of half of them. They're still here. They're not backing you. So where does the roads lead?
No, they can't sack him. They got to keep him for the rest of the season.
But they're not backing him, Saeed.
No sackings, man. No sackings. You got to go through with your plan, bro.
He might walk before the start of the season.
There's no going back. You just got to do what's needed right now. Get the season underway. He's got one game.
What's the plan? What's the plan for the season?
I don't know what the plan is, but he's got to think of a plan. You know what I mean? I ain't here for no another type of football and new plan and ride the storm and things will get bad again. That's what the manager's gonna say. He's gonna tell us, how difficult it's gonna be at the start, and we have to ride through the storm. Watch. So I'm just like,
Have you seen Pep? Pep's got new tactics in America. Have you seen him?
Yeah, I seen that.
Pep's got new tactics. He's got a new way of playing already. It means business. He's angry. His missus is back. It's madness for us.
Missus, mate. She had all the tactics all along, people.
I'm telling you.
She had the game plan, bro. Trust me.
It's madness now.
That's you, man.
Listen, you know what? Shout out to Pep Guardiola. Shout out to his family. Shout out to his daughter. They're the only ones who've got humanity in their heart, who've come out against the genocide. So big up to Pep and his family.
Big up, Pep.
Love to them. Love to them, man. You know what? Many other so-called Muslims, many other so-called people who are interested in politics and what's going on in the world are all because of Zionists have got them like little cockroaches underneath their fucking feet, worshipping Zionists other than speaking for fucking humanity. So big up to Pep. Pep has got it all. He said it with his chest. His daughter constantly posting on Instagram, said it with her chest. The moment's the same with the whole family. Love to them.
Yeah, big up.
Driver aside, they speak for humanity. Fuck the Zionist entity. Big up Kneecap. Big up Bob Dylan. Don't F with Bob Dylan.
Big up Bob Dylan. Even though he got his label got taken off him today. But big up to him, man. You know what I mean?
You know what, Saeed? I promise you, he's an independent artist. He'll find a way to make music. And I promise you, he's got more fans that will buy their music now, that band, than anybody else. So big up to him.
Yeah. Now, real talk, man. Always, man. Like I said, man. Yeah, I mean, that's what it's about, bro, man. So big up to them, man. You get me? Always, man. Always. But yeah, honestly, bro, like I said, man, we'll see, man. Wait and see FC. Go on, Norda. Give us a song, man. Wait and see us. There you go.
There we go.
There
reality check FC. You know, I'm always there with the reality check people. Back to life. Back to reality. Yeah. We're back, mate. Our first game's against Leeds United on the 17th of July. Yeah. And we'll see who takes
3 weeks, man. 3 weeks.
We will see who takes the football pitch, people.
Yeah.
Where is it?
It's in Sweden, man.
Sweden.
Yeah, Sweden. We lost. I think we did we lose to Rosenborg, or was it 0-0 that first game? I don't know what that game was. You know, I think it was 0-0 against Rosenborg.
We had a player got injured. Remember who got injured? Was it Martial who got injured?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember. We played in Norway.
Yeah. But listen, people, man, we're gonna wrap up.
Did you go to one of those games, Scandinavia? Did you go?
No. But listen, people, man, we're gonna wrap up here, man. Guys, hit the like button, people, man. 1.4K in the building, 595 likes. We're still not there.
Honestly, allergic to the like. You know, he's not asking me for anything.
Come on. Big up Killy says Hojlund is some team new Highland Ineos era. It's just more of the same. Quarter sections are enabling this, and we are trying to be a Southampton sell by youth, says Dennis.
Remember when people were comparing Hojlund to Haaland? You remember that?
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I mean, it's crazy.
Big up Saeed, man. Big up Saeed. Big up Musa. I'm going to be live hopefully later on tonight around 10:30.
There you go.
You know what? And we're going to talk about all the strikers. So all of the strikers.
Get maybe like a graphics of go and look at, please, Watkins when he got his goals and when he went missing. There's a period where he goes missing.
Oh, Saeed.
There's a period, bro, where he goes missing. I don't know if Aston Villa fan, big up to Nick here before we wrap up here. Tell me if I'm wrong, but Watkins will score some goals, 8 or 9, and then he'll go missing and he'll have a purple patch. So big up to Nick, man. I hope you maybe can tell us before you go, man.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest things about his scouting report. He's inconsistent. He has a patch of hot streak, and then boom. But at the end of the day, 60 million for him is ludicrous. The same thing that is Emilio Martinez for goalkeeper, who's had a horrendous season. Ludicrous. Yeah. Ludicrous. Yeah. But it is what it is, people. Don't worry. Saeed and Musa have got this plan where Manchester United finish 5th, 6th.
Yeah.
We have to. They're going to go and get my boy João Felix. Don't get João Felix, my boy.
Don't worry.
João Felix.
Happy. I say, don't worry. We've still not got no centre half. We've got no midfield player. We've still not got a wing back, a winger that can play who was a wing back. We don't have a goalkeeper, but don't worry because be happy. Come on, lads. Don't worry.
You can do that on yourself, man. Listen, people, man.
Mbeumo and Cunha are gonna save us. Remember what they said.
Mbeumo's not here, man. I'm not adding Mbeumo, man. I'm not adding
him. No, but they added him, Sai. They added him. He's already signed, mate. They're telling me.
Listen, if there's any breaking news, we'll see what happens, man. But guys,
there's also United fans with Mbeumo at the back already. Some United shit. They already got Mbeumo at the back.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
We're fucking 15th. It's on the. We're 15th. We are 15th, sir. We are 15th. We are 5 points away from relegation. Yeah, we are closer to the bottom than the top, bro. We ain't winning Europa. There's no European football next year.